Hey everyone, it's Penberthy here, and in this video I thought I'd do something pretty cool. I'm going to go back and look over 2018 and share with you some of our marketing tests and experiments that went really well and drove revenue through the roof, and we had great results. And then I'm going to also share with you some stuff that we tried, and I'll just show you behind the scenes of the ones that didn't actually work very well. So let's get into that right now. So the first thing that we experimented with in 2018 was we kind of built this hybrid sales funnel where we merged a webinar funnel with the product launch style funnel that maybe you've seen from Jeff Walker, right? Where you release a few videos over a series of days and then you pitch your product at the end. And a webinar funnel where we all know that process, right? Someone registers for a webinar and then you'll do an online presentation and sell them at the end. So we decided maybe we can merge these two together, right? So what we started doing is we'd have a webinar funnel where someone would register for the webinar, but as soon as they've registered, they kind of fall into and land themselves into, we did a 3-part video series, not a 4, right? But land themselves in a 3-part video series. I say, hey, thanks so much for registering. Now I've got some free training I want you to dive into. Video 1, teach a bunch of cool stuff. Then a link underneath that to go to video 2. Then a link underneath that to go on to video 3. And then ultimately offering the product and service that I will be offering also at the end of the webinar, and give them a chance to purchase. And this has really, really taken off, right? We've started doing really, really well with this. And we started to actually get a 100% increase in sales. We were getting almost as many sales from the product launch videos that were happening after they registered for the webinar as we were on the webinar itself. So that really took off. And then what we decided to do is let's actually take those 3 videos and take them out into their own sales funnel. Bear in mind, we didn't really give a huge amount of thought to this. We just thought, let's just try it. So we pulled it out, slapped a registration page at the front of that, had people opting in for these 3 videos. They can get access to all 3 of them straight away. They just click the button underneath, go to video 2, video 3, and a chance to purchase. And that has really taken off too. And we're getting a 3-to-1 on our ad spend, on our Facebook ads and YouTube ads into that funnel. So that kind of hybrid funnel, that merging of 2 funnels together has actually really taken off if you do it in the right way. Maybe I'll leave a link below this to that particular funnel so you can check it out and go through it yourself and see what we did. So that's the first thing. So the second thing that we tried that worked really, really well is we started selling higher ticket products over the past little bit. I'm actually going to talk about the topic of higher ticket sales as a mistake that we made later on in this video as well, but we'll get to that in a bit. But firstly, we started launching a higher ticket product, right? So we launched, I think it was a $10,000 US dollar product, or just shy of $10,000 US dollars. And if you know me and you follow me, you know that I love webinars. I will pretty much try and sell anything from a webinar. So I was like, I wonder if you can sell a $10,000 item directly on a webinar, right? Not being all mysterious and saying, hey, let's register for a strategy session. But what if I was just completely upfront on the webinar and said, hey, if you've enjoyed this training, I've got this offer. You're going to get this, 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 this. Here's the price. If you want it, give us a phone call. Right? And we did that and it worked incredibly well. We filled that entire program. We successfully sold a $10,000 program directly on the webinar, listing the entire offer and not hiding away any of it, right? Not hiding behind a sales call, but just giving it all up front. So that worked really well. And so just take from this that if you do it right, you can pretty much sell anything on a webinar presentation, okay? Something else that worked really well for us over the past year is we've been playing around with ManyChat and Messenger marketing, right? You've probably seen the buzz with this. We want to make sure that we're constantly testing the new things that are coming out. And we're like, man, we've got to incorporate Messenger into our business somehow, but we wanted to be very careful and kind of deliberate in the way that we do it, because one thing that I don't suggest you do even, and this is not what I do, is kind of get so excited about something new that I put all my eggs in one basket, right? You've got to remember something. Your Messenger list isn't replacing something like your email list, right? Your email list is actually one of the only assets that you actually own. It's an asset, right? If an autoresponder shuts you down even, you can download that list and put it into another one. Whereas a Messenger list, you haven't got that kind of control, right? You're relying on the Facebook platform and you kind of, you're at their peril if they decide to shut you down. So I don't want to replace email and I don't want to put all my eggs in that basket, but I wanted to incorporate it in some way. So the way that we did it, and it's worked incredibly well, is we do webinars all the time. It's one of my main sales funnels. You're going to get probably tired of hearing me say that. So what we did is we basically kept our webinar sales funnels exactly as they are. Someone registers for one of our webinars. They enter their name and email address and all that good stuff. So we've got them on our email list. Now on the next page, I say, hey, awesome, you're registered. That's fantastic. I've got a free gift that I want to give you while you're waiting for the webinar to happen. Click the button below and that's going to allow me to send you that free gift in a Facebook message. And of course, I'm going to give a bit more information about what the free gift is and make sure that they want it. But ultimately, they're clicking the button below that confirmation video for the webinar, and that's adding them to my messenger list. And we've tested and tweaked a few different things, and we found, a really effective way of getting, right now, about 45 to 50% of people who register for the webinar to then proceed to actually joining that messenger list. So now we can do a whole world of things, right? Now we've got the email list, and we can do reminders for the webinar via ManyChat. We can follow up with new things we're doing, and so that's worked really, really well, coupling Messenger on the back end of a webinar, okay? So hopefully that's of help to you. Something else that's worked really, really well is building a recurring model into my business, right? So if you've followed me for any time at all, you'll know that traditionally I've just sold one-off products, right? It's a one-time fee, whether it's low ticket, mid ticket, or high ticket, it's a one-time fee and that's that. And as my company's grown, as my team has grown, as overhead has grown, I found myself in this position where it's like, man, I don't want to have to go into a fresh month. And although we've got ads that are working and a lot of them are just sat on autopilot, the fact of the matter is we go into a new month and we've got to find new customers to cover that month, right? And I didn't want that. So we decided, look, it's time that we build a recurring model into our business, and we launched a new program. That one was actually $197 a month, so a premium membership, it's a Facebook advertising training. And right now we've got about over 600 members in that community. And that's just happened just in the last year by adding and bolting on that recurring model onto our business. So that's been really great. That just gives peace of mind as you go into a fresh month. And so regardless of what level you're at, it is worth just thinking about having something of a recurring model, whether that's an affiliate product that you promote that pays you a recurring, or whether that's you producing your own product or service that's on a recurring. Having that, not primarily, don't make that your one main thing, but having that as a part of your overall product suite or service suite will really help you going into every new month, knowing how many customers you've already got on a certain plan paying you X amount, right? So that's been really cool. And then the final thing is reviving a dead product, right? And I say dead, I'm not saying that we had a product that was just no good anymore or that it was lifeless, right? What I mean by that is we just weren't actively promoting it, right? It was dead in the way of sales. We just weren't focused on it. We had loads of other products. Just to give you an idea of what it was a YouTube advertising training. It was a free, it wasn't a free course, but it was how to get free traffic from the YouTube platform. But then we launched a bunch of other trainings, a webinar course, YouTube ads course, Facebook ads course, and our attention went onto that. And I came across a video from the likes of Frank Kern that I'm sure you've heard of, and he was talking about something called a 4-day cash machine. And it's essentially where over the course of 4 days, you email your audience and you put out that message, basically saying that for 4 days, you've got a discount on one of your older products, but it's only for 4 days, then you're stopping that discount again, and the product's going back on the shelf, right? The digital shelf, as it were. And so we just said, look, let's just try it. We've got 4 days in our calendar. Let's just try it. Really relaxed promotion. That product has been up to $1,000. When we last sold it, it was $500, and we decided to do a sale for $300. We literally slapped together a video, didn't we, Pete? We're in Orlando at a conference. We said, look, let's just quickly do a video just saying, hey, we've got this product. We're going to do a discount. Here's a simple page below where we just told them what they're going to get. And it blew up, right? I don't want to blow smoke. I can't remember the exact amount of sales, but it was in the multiple 5 figures from just a simple campaign. And we're like, okay, that was kind of cool. That was interesting. So now we're trying to adapt that kind of model into other things that we're doing too. So just worth sharing that one with you as well. So that's kind of just a little bit of a summary of what our year has looked like. Obviously, we've done a heck of a lot more than that. But in the interest of just putting this video together to share with you some of the highlights of what's worked well, that would be it. So now let's move on to things that haven't worked so well. I think it's all well and good to share the good stuff, but sometimes it's nice to hear the behind the scenes of someone who's seemingly successful on the front end, but there are mistakes that happen on the back end and there are tests that don't go as well. So let me share with you a few of them. The first thing I want to talk about is our, as in me and my team, our lack of promoting higher ticket products. I mentioned that at the beginning of this video, is we were so focused on selling kind of low to mid ticket products, and we were doing so well at that and we were spending considerable amounts of money on paid advertising and making it profitable. So we were kind of happy with that. But it's only after having a few conversations with some buddies of mine that we were leaving so much revenue on the table and so many customers that we could further serve and help by having a high ticket, right? Meaning that, let's say we're promoting a webinar that sells a $1,000 product. Well, great, but we kind of stop there. So what happens with those customers who then want to go further with us and have more access to me and the team? Well, what about the people who didn't purchase the $1,000 product and they just want to know what else we've got? Or maybe they didn't purchase because they would rather just go straight to the top and work closer with us. We were completely neglecting that, and that's been a big mistake for us, not just last year, but going back the last few years. And so last year we made the decision we've got to start doing some things. We started doing some higher ticket workshops. We opened up a coaching program, a mastermind. We've done a few different things, and that's really taken off. So that's kind of a mistake that's now evolved into a benefit, but just keep that in mind. If you don't have a product line, if you don't have an Ascension series, right, or an Elevation series where you've got not just multiple products and multiple services, but multiple price points. That was a big mistake that we made. So that's the first thing. The second thing ties in with that, which is that we got so excited about this high ticket stuff, and we were launching it to our warmer audience, right? For those who don't know what that means, warm just means that people that already know us, right? They're on our email list, they're on our messenger list, they follow us on social media, whatever it is, they're warm, they know us, right? We were going out to that audience with our high ticket offers, and they were absolutely lapping them up. And so we felt on the top of the world. And so then we decided, right, let's try launching a high ticket product directly to cold traffic with basically no indoctrination, no value given. Let's just see what happens. So basically what we did is we ran an ad where I'm still following what I preach, where the ad was about a 5-minute video trying to give some value up front. I'll tell you what the topic was. It was a webinar workshop, right? So it was about $5,000 ahead. And they get the chance to come in and see me and the team. And we filled this workshop many times before, but then we decided let's go out to cold traffic. So I did a 5-minute video ad on Facebook, and I taught them some cool stuff about webinars. And I said, hey, listen, if you want to check out a workshop that we're doing, click the link and come to a page and hear about that. And literally no opt-in, no further indoctrination material, no nothing. Just directly to a page now where I'm just letting them know what this workshop's all about, what they're gonna get, what the bonuses are, and how they can literally give us $5,000 over Stripe, okay? So no phone call, no nothing. And so as crazy as that sounds, and I know there's some of you saying, well, yeah, you can sell $5,000 things. Of course you can, right? But it takes a little bit more indoctrination. So that was a big mistake that we made. We didn't make enough sales. I lost some money on advertising just because I guess we got lazy, right? We were just like, right, well, let's do this campaign and this campaign. And we just launched that. When you're targeting cold traffic as opposed to warm, everything changes. You got to understand that. If someone already knows you, they don't need as much information to purchase something. If someone doesn't know you, they need a heck of a lot more. So that was a big mistake that we made as well. And then the final mistake that I want to talk about is this: not matching up the right audience with the right offer. This was another mistake that we made last year. We ran a new campaign to one of our webinar trainings, online trainings, okay? And we were promoting a webinar, and that webinar was actually teaching and training the whole webinar model. Then I was going to be selling my $1,000 program. And what ended up happening was we launched the ads, and we were talking about how you can use the webinar model to grow your business. And what we were finding is our opt-in rate was lower than we anticipated, and our lead cost, meaning how much we're spending to acquire a webinar registrant, went through the roof. And we're kind of analyzing this afterwards, thinking, why is our lead cost 3 times as much as it usually would be? You know, it's the same audience, it's the same offer. And what I realized was, when it comes to a certain audience that you're going after, you've got to make sure you're matching up the right message with the right audience. And I'll give you an example of the mistake that we made. Is we just assumed that if we go out with a headline that says how you can use a webinar funnel to get a ton of customers and whatever else, if we're going out to people who already know about the webinar model, right? If they already know about the webinar model, they already know there's a lot of work involved, there's a lot of stuff involved, and that's probably an audience that would rather just go to our high ticket where we can just do it for them, right? Whereas if we're going out to an audience that don't know, which means, by the way, that that wouldn't be the right offer, Okay? If someone already knows about the webinar model, I don't need to educate them on it. I just need to sell them something higher ticket. Whereas if someone is completely clueless about the webinar model, then yes, they need to learn about the topic, but they're going to come to a registration page that says how to use a webinar funnel, and they're going to go, what on earth's a webinar funnel? You know, that sounds confusing. I don't want that. So I made a big mistake with the messaging. What I needed to do is take the people, the audiences that I know already know about webinars. I need to take them to an offer that kind of makes it clear that I know that they know what it is and that we've got higher ticket services to just build it for them. And for people that don't know about webinars yet, I need to take them to a page that doesn't reference the word webinar, but talks about the super sales funnel, or the forgotten sales funnel, or there's something like that, where I'm creating a story about this particular funnel that they could be using to grow their business. So that was a big mistake we made. I lost a bunch of money on advertising, and it gave me some lessons and some food for thought. So those are a couple of mistakes that we've made and things we haven't done as well over the last year as well. All right, so that's about it for this video. Hopefully you've got something to take from this. You've got some value from it. I don't want to make this too long. I know that I do speak quite fast, so do go back and watch it again if you need to go back over some of that stuff. And do me a favor, if you're enjoying these videos that I'm posting here on the channel, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Leave me a comment. Myself, my team, we check all the comments. We'd love going through those. And subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. You know what to do, right? Make sure you get our future content. We've got a bunch of cool stuff prepared for you. And if you do want to learn more about what it is that I can offer you, I've got a link in the description box to a free web class that I've got that'll give you a bunch of information, give you a bunch of cool stuff, and then we can have a conversation from there. So enjoy that free training link below. Interact with this page. Leave me a comment, and I look forward to reading them. Take care. Bye-bye.